Hey, welcome or welcome back. It's good to see you, especially on a Friday. It's been a busy week for work, and I'm glad it's the weekend. But it being a Friday and 2 days after Amberlynn's last upload, Amberlynn has uploaded a new video for us. And yes, I'm using my laptop camera at the moment because my other camera's connection was giving me issues, and I'm too lazy to reboot right now. So, that being said, Amberlynn's video title is Risk of Thyroid Cancer, Pancreatitis, Side Effects, Price, / Is Ozempic Still Working? I'm guessing those last two, the side effects and price, are related to the Ozempic. But I do want to point out that I think people started watching the video and started leaving comments suggesting maybe she was clickbaiting her title, because when she initially uploaded this video, the title was simply Thyroid Cancer, Pancreatitis, Side Effects, Price, Is Ozempic Still Working? Because it's in my alerts from 17 hours ago when she uploaded this video. So I'm wondering if people got a little pissy with her in the comments because they thought she was clickbaiting thyroid cancer, which when I first read it, I thought, my gosh, it's just clickbaiting thyroid cancer. I guess we can take a look. Yes, there are a few people. There's several people in the comments asking, why are you clickbaiting cancer in your title? Which I think is why she went back and changed the title of this to Risk of Thyroid Cancer. And when I'm doing some editing, I will screen cap some of these comments. I'll block people's names and show them here. Yeah, that was my initial thought when I first read that, was she was clickbaiting cancer with that title, which kind of irritated me. But when I saw it, it was like 1 a.m. when I woke up to use the bathroom, and then I had to work. So now I'm just now getting able to watch this. So let's, I guess, hop on in.
Hey guys, okay, so welcome to a new video. I figured we would
Hey,
do like an
Amberlynn.
Ozempic video. I know that there's a lot of questions involving Ozempic, if I'm still on it, how it works, and just like random things like that. So I figured I would put it into one video. I went onto Instagram today and I asked you guys to ask me a bunch of questions. Anything about Ozempic that you would like to know, just so it was easier. I wrote it all down. There's an actual lot. So,
Oh my, our girl actually took notes.
let's begin.
She sped up to 1.25, but she still seems like she's speaking so slowly. I'm going to put her at 1.5.
So first question is, are you still on Ozempic? Yes, I am still on Ozempic. I have been on it for about 2.5 months now. So it's been quite a minute. I'm going to use this.
But has she has she increased her dosage to 1.0 yet?
Highlighter to highlight the questions that I answered. How much does your Ozempic cost? I've had a lot of people ask this question.
It's expensive. Sometimes you can get your insurance to cover it if you do have insurance coverage. But a lot of these medications that have weight loss as a side effect sometimes are not covered by insurance. I know, yeah, when I was at my endocrinologist this month, he has suggested there was a new drug on the market that had been approved recently. It wasn't Ozempic, it was a drug for weight loss. I want to say he said Vicovy. Starts with a V, I know, and it has another V in it. I don't remember exactly, but I have no interest in paying for one of those medications, even though I struggle to do it on my own. But yeah, he was happy that I had lost the weight that I lost in the last 2 years, really. So he was happy with that.
Ozempic
Well, year.
without insurance or without an insurance that covers it, because surprisingly, there are a lot of insurances
Yeah.
that do not cover Ozempic for weight loss. So it's like
They'll cover it for diabetes, but not for weight loss because they don't see it as necessary. And if they don't have to pay, they're not gonna.
$1,200. So it is a pretty penny. There is a large portion
Excuse
of
me.
insurances that only make you pay $25 and they pay the rest. Unfortunately, not mine. Someone asked, does it affect my energy levels? And yes, I noticed from taking Ozempic that I am a lot more tired and I don't feel as energized. And I know a lot of other people who take Ozempic also experience the same thing,
Hmm.
which is also tied
Interesting.
together with insomnia. It has made my insomnia a lot worse. So my sleeping and just like being tired, it's like, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, apparently she's been up in the middle of the night as witnessed or evidenced by her messages to reaction channels in the middle of the night. And then this particular video, now she may have scheduled it for this time, but I don't know why well, I do know why she would have scheduled it to upload or to go live whenever she did, because it was 14 hours ago from 4 o'clock p.m. my time, so it would have been 3 a.m. or 2 a.m. my time, which would have been 3 a.m. her time because she's in the Eastern time zone. So I guess she could have scheduled her video to upload at 3 a.m. in order to have fewer reaction channels get a hold of it first. Um, but yeah, her video upload times and uh, her messaging people in the middle of the night do indicate maybe she is struggling with insomnia right now.
Like I'm tired, but I can't sleep. Ma'am, make up your mind.
I feel
So
ya.
a lot of you asked, what are the side effects that I experience? And as of lately, it's just like the insomnia, the low energy, just feeling kind of sluggish throughout the day. I get constipation mixed with
That's a lovely one.
sometimes diarrhea, TMI
Diarrhea. Diarrhea.
is what it is. I honestly am lucky. I don't really have that many side effects, which brings me to the next question is, does it make me nauseous? It makes so many people nauseous, even to the point of throwing up. But I can say that the only time I was ever nauseous from it was the first couple of weeks that I took it. I
Mm.
don't feel sick from it at all. I also know it helps a lot of people with their appetite because they're nauseous and they feel sick, which makes them not want to eat. And I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of looking forward to that aspect. As much as I hate being nauseous, I hate being fat more. So I was like, oh my God, well, I could be nauseous all the time and not eat. Unfortunately, I did not get that symptom. I know that's like a negative way of thinking and like a really weird way of thinking, but I'm just being brutally honest. I would love for this medicine to like work as best as it can for me.
I would hate feeling nauseous all the time. Granted, I also have other things in my life to do, like, work during the daytime, so I would not want to feel nauseous.
What dose am I currently taking? So you start at 0.25. The highest you can go is 2.4, I'm pretty sure, and I'm currently on 1. So I've been taking 1 milligram for I think 2 to 3 weeks.
I don't know why I'm yawning now. Well, wasn't it 2 weeks ago that she said she wasn't ready to go up to one? Or was that 3 weeks ago? Because whenever she could have went up to it, she wasn't ready. So it must have been the next week that she went up to the 1.0.
Now, I mean, I haven't noticed any drastic changes, which is unfortunate because 1 milligram is when it's supposed to like really be doing its damn thing. And it's like, it's not. Someone asked, how long do you have to stay on Ozempic? And that is just purely up to you, how it works for
As
you, what
long
your
as you
doctor thinks,
want.
etc. I know it's different for everyone, which brings me to the
Why
next
am I
question is,
yawning
when do you plan on
suddenly?
stopping Ozempic? I'm going to stop it if it ever causes me any medical problems. I notice it not working. If I reach my goal weight, yeah, right. So those are like the main reasons, honestly. So as of right now, there is no stopping it in my near future. I don't see myself stopping it. I see myself continuing with the 1 milligram for several more weeks because
Okay.
I know for one, I'm not ready to increase my dose, which brings me to the next question. So when I was talking
Why would you not be ready to increase your dose? If this dose isn't doing as much as you hoped, why not move to the next dose whenever you're able to? It doesn't make any sense to me. It seems counterintuitive.
about, I was like afraid to increase my dosage to go up to 1 milligram. People were asking, why are you not following
Yeah.
the Ozempic increase instructions? That question confused me. I'm not gonna lie, because there is no one size fits all instructions for taking Ozempic, especially for weight loss. Everyone is different. There are people who stay on 0.25 milligrams for months because it works for them. There's people who are on
Well, yeah, you just said it there because it works for them. But you just said yourself that the 1.0 milligram or the 1 milligram isn't doing as much as you thought it would or as you would like, that you don't really notice a change. So why would you not move up to 1.25?
zero point 0.5 milligram for 1 week and then they go back to 0.25, or people who honestly start at 0.5. You have to listen to your doctor. And what my doctor told me is if you feel like you want to increase it, you can. You have that option now, but you don't have to. I was afraid to increase it to 1 milligram, especially, which brings me to my next question. Why are you scared to increase Ozempic? So something that can happen with taking Ozempic is you can get pancreatitis and or pancreatitis. I don't know how to pronounce it. So with Ozempic, you can get pancreatitis. If I'm saying that wrong, just ignore me, please. And I have had pancreas. I hate that word. I'm just gonna say pancreas problems for the sake of like embarrassing myself. I've had pancreas problems in the past. It was actually when I lived in Virginia, and I had them. I had it because of my gallstones, and so by increasing Ozempic, I am increasing the chance of having pancreas problems. My doctor told me if you have any of these symptoms, stop taking it. So I did notice it was a couple weeks ago. I had a little moment, a little scare that I did not share with you guys, where I was having some of the symptoms where, she was like, you need to stop taking it. If this happens more than once, et cetera, et cetera. It didn't last long. It was like a couple hours. Since then, I have not had any issues. And this also brings me to the next question. I feel like all these questions kind of like blend together, which works perfectly. How often does your doctor that prescribed it check in with you about how it is working? She's very like prompt with that. So it's as often as I like I can schedule an appointment to talk to her about it. Even like the nurse that I see when I go see the doctor, she's also on it, and she's like asking like, so how are you doing on it? Like they just seem very friendly there. Like even the receptionist is like asking how I'm doing on it and stuff. So next question is, how did you go about getting prescribed? So when I went to see my doctor, I brought up like,
The doctor may suggest it like my endocrinologist did. He was like, hey, there are drugs available if you're interested. Because I told him that I was trying to lose weight. And my endocrinologist, he was like, we do have this one available. Because being an endocrinologist, he also deals with diabetic patients and diabetes. So he knows of some of these other drugs that have become available and things that are available for weight loss, in addition to thyroid medication, which is why I see him for my thyroid, which is another reason why her thyroid cancer title really pissed me off, because I had to be screened for thyroid cancer because I do have nodules on my thyroid. I have hypothyroidism, and I had to go have some biopsies done. I've had to do it twice in the last 8 years, 9 years. Um, I don't think we're going to do another one, maybe next year, possibly. But so that's another reason why her title of just a thyroid cancer kind of, I'm like, this is, it's not something to clickbait.
I want help with weight loss. Normally, like I want them to bring it up first, but 9 times out of 10 it doesn't really happen. But this doctor seemed like she actually really cared, so she was like, she gave me a pamphlet for like weight loss surgery, and then she told me a bunch of like things that I could take to lose weight, and one of them was Ozempic. And the minute I heard that, I was like, I've heard so many good things about this medicine, so that is the one that I chose because there was like
I've seen
multiple that I
ads
could have chosen
for
from.
it.
The way that she also described it is that this one does do the best on the body. It's not as many symptoms or bad symptoms, like because I've taken phentermine, and let me tell you, it was not pretty. It was not good. I absolutely hated it. Next question is, would I recommend Ozempic? And yes, I would recommend Ozempic, but again, talk to your doctor. If you are interested in losing weight, you've had trouble doing it yourself, and you want to see if a certain tool will work for you, yes, talk to your doctor. I have gotten so many people asking, like, are you worried about thyroid cancer because Ozempic causes thyroid cancer? I have gotten this a lot. I can happily tell you that Ozempic has never given a human being thyroid cancer. Ozempic has only ever given rodents thyroid cancer. And
Interesting. Sounds like Amberlynn may have possibly done some research on this one.
it's only happened a couple times. I appreciate the concern because I have had cancer in the past, but it's like lunch meat can also give me cancer. I can get cancer just for literally no reason. But it's only been rodents who have.
I mean, a lot of things can give us cancer, and I did just Google it and do a little bit of searching for any articles about it, and it did say that it has not caused thyroid cancer in humans. There have been some instances in testing with animals that it has. So
Gotten cancer. I feel like it's important that we get out full facts instead of just half facts because someone's
Amberlynn saying we need to get out full facts instead of half facts. Really? Oh goodness. She's also in favor of full facts getting out, and if you aren't sure of something, stating that. Uh, so yay.
seeing that type of comment in my comment section or hearing people talk about it, if they don't have like the full information, then it could scare them out of not taking it. And I
Well, because it is listed as a possible side effect. It does say in the possible side effects it could cause thyroid tumors, including cancer, because this is something they have seen in their in their trials with animals. So
I don't want anyone to like be scared out of not taking it because it could change your life. Is there anything you wish you knew before starting Ozempic? I kind of wish I don't know. I went into it as like, oh my God, it's gonna be like a magic pill. It's gonna like change my life. It's really gonna work. It doesn't work for everyone, and it doesn't work every week. And
there's
it's
no magic
challenging, and
pill.
you're gonna get. For me, I have gotten so freaking frustrated when I notice that it's not working. And I know there's no such thing as a magic pill because this is literally just a tool. But it's like I thought this tool was gonna work more for me, and it's not working in the way that.
So it could be, this is just me speculating. I'm not sure on this, but it could be because, I mean, people will metabolize medication at different rates, and Amber could just be metabolizing it really quickly, and she may require a higher dosage for it to have a greater side effect. And then as she starts to lose weight more, that may change, and she may be able to drop back down to a lower dosage. So she could just be metabolizing it really quickly, and after the first 2 or 3 days, the effects of it drop off for her, and increasing the dosage will help with that. So she may just need to increase the dosage.
That I thought it was going to, which is fine. People were asking how much does the injection hurt? It doesn't actually hurt. There's just like a little tiny sting moment. Like you have to stick it in and then you count to 6. And I would say usually around like 3, 4 is when it starts to like, it feels like a tiny little bee sting, I guess you could call it. But that feeling goes away within like a second. So it doesn't like hurt at all. How does your binging
Okay.
episodes correlate with when you take the shot on Monday? That question. And then also how often do you get.
That's interesting, yeah, to figure out how is her binging, because the binging is a more mental thing, but with the Ozempic, if it's lessening her appetite, is her body going to allow her to binge? Because even like with her binging, and with most binge eating disorders, it's not because you're hungry. It's something else. There's an external trigger that you just want to eat the food because it's masking something else or it's doing something else. So it would be interesting to see if she's noticed with her binging where it falls during the weeks, if it does correlate any with uh to her dose of Ozempic uh tailing off.
Get the injection. I take it once a week on Mondays. So my binging correlation is I binge less on Tuesdays. So when I take Ozempic, I notice that it works the very best on Tuesday. And then it's like by Thursday, I am ready to just eat the whole house. It's unfortunate. It doesn't even last the whole week. I wouldn't even say that it curbs my appetite. I don't really know how to explain it.
It may be, but she's not noticing. I think when you have a binge eating disorder, possibly, or just even with Amberlynn, with her just, I guess, mindlessly eating, maybe you don't recognize when you're hungry anymore. And so it's just like, oh, I need to eat. But am I hungry? So with her binging, whether she's hungry or not, she's going to eat. And I don't know how to deal with that for her other than working on other ways to mask it. I mean, I know I'll be here at home. I'm like, oh, I want to go eat something or something. I want to go have a snack, but I'm not hungry. I just want to eat something. I don't know why. Just either because, hey, this would taste good, or I'm bored, or I want something to do with my hands while I'm doing something else. It's like, I'm not hungry. So why do I want to go have some chips, or why do I want to go have this? So that could be maybe what it is with Amberlynn. I don't have a binge eating disorder as far as I know. So, um, I don't know. I say I don't know a lot because I'm not an expert in any of this. But yes.
This experience has been really different because like I'm still hungry. I still want to binge.
So
I still
she's
have to tell myself no. I almost feel like I'm doing.
so she's saying she's still hungry. I mean, yes, even with Ozempic, you will still get hungry once the food has been processed through your system. Ozempic just slows that down, so you're not hungry as often. It lowers your appetite.
been like a placebo effect at this point, where it's just like, I feel like, okay, I took my injection, so that means it's working. Because it's not like it's like physically taking away my hunger, but I just do notice.
So if it's not working, why waste the $1,200 a month on it? um, you could take a sugar pill and tell yourself that it's Ozempic. It's if it's not working, why spend the money? And I would hate to see her give up on it, but the first week she said it was working. The second week it was, or the second dose, she said, Now we're on the 1.0. She's like, oh, it's not working. It may just be a placebo effect. Well, are you going to tough it out? Are you going to wait until you move up to the 1.25, which don't know why you're not ready to if you don't feel like the 1.0 is working. So she's contradicting herself a little bit here as far as with her dosage and experience and wants.
This, I do better with my eating realistically Monday through Wednesday/Thursday. Someone asked, is Ozempic changing your mood? I don't
Maybe
notice
it's
any mood
working.
changes. No. What's the biggest difference you've noticed since being on the shots? I don't notice absolutely anything. Like, I think the biggest difference is just like my poo poo in the kitchen. Like, I'm not really a constipated gal, but the injection, it has its moments. So I would say that is the biggest thing I've noticed, honestly. What do you think has had a larger impact on your weight loss? Your personal efforts or the Ozempic? Absolutely my personal efforts, because I have lost drastically more.
Well, yeah, because you haven't been on Ozempic very long, but you've lost, as far as in a time frame, you've lost more in a shorter time on Ozempic. But they go hand in hand because even when you're on Ozempic, it's your efforts because you're not eating the food. Ozempic isn't burning the fat for you. It's not making you lose weight. So it's not, as we've said many times, it's not a magic pill. So I don't I don't like that question. And because even with the Ozempic, she could still eat the food.
Off of Ozempic versus on Ozempic. And I've noticed, honestly, especially in the last little bit of time, that any weight loss that I do have, I can't blame it on Ozempic because I feel like it's not really taking away my appetite like it should. I'm still overeating and binging, which brings me to the next question. Why are you still overeating on Ozempic? Because Ozempic is not a magic pill. It's not a magic injection. I feel like a lot of people think that I'm just supposed to magically lose weight, because actually the person who said, why are you still overeating on Ozempic, also decided to say along with it, it doesn't make sense. Like, how could you have a valid reason for this? Because Ozempic.
Well, I think the reason they're asking this is because the Ozempic is supposed to lessen the appetite, right? So why would you be overeating if you don't have the appetite to? If you're just eating to eat, even without the appetite, that's what that's where I think the disconnect is. It's like why would you still be overeating if you don't have the appetite to overeat if you're not hungry? Which I guess could go for any kind of overeating. Granted, a lot of people just eat so quickly that they eat so much food before the brain signals, or the what is it, ghrelin, or the other one, is sent to the brain to signal, hey, you're full, stop eating. Or they just eat foods that you know are high in, very very high in calorie and not very high in volume. So I think it's a very valid question in my opinion. If you're not hungry, why are you overeating? If you don't have the you don't have the appetite, if you don't have the appetite, why are you overeating still? Why are you binging if you don't have the appetite? And that's because it's a mental thing.
Ozempic doesn't just take away my 31 years of binging. It just hasn't. I don't know what to
Were you binging as a toddler? No, you haven't been binging for 31 years.
tell you. Like, this isn't a magic situation type deal. Like, I know with the things I'm saying right now, it sounds very like, okay, is Ozempic even working for you then? I ask myself that all the time, especially as of lately, because like once I took the 1 milligram, I was expecting like a big change because I
And
officially
go to
doubled my dosage,
1.25.
quadrupled my dosage since the beginning. So I was expecting, big changes, and there is none. But that doesn't mean I don't recommend it. Doesn't mean I don't like it. Doesn't mean I want to stop it, because it's like, I believe that maybe once I do go up to 1.5 milligrams, that'll be my perfect sweet spot, because there is a sweet spot for everybody. And I just don't think I found mine yet. So the last question is, I'm on Ozempic, but I haven't lost any weight. Why is that? Because sadly, Ozempic does not work for everybody.
Yeah, could just be it doesn't work for this person. Maybe you should ask your doctor that instead of Amberlynn Reed.
And I think that a lot of people have success on it. Like, I have lost weight on Ozempic, but I mean, I've been losing weight for over a year now. So it's not.
But you hadn't lost weight this year, really, until you started doing Ozempic. I mean, looking at her weigh-ins and at the information she's given us, from January to July, she wasn't losing weight. Anything she had lost was from like July or August of last year until November. She had lost like 40 pounds in that time frame. So, yeah, sure, you've done it without Ozempic, but you were stagnant for 7 months.
Not like it was just Ozempic. It'd be different if like I hadn't have already lost over 80 pounds and then I started Ozempic and then all of a sudden I was losing weight. I've been losing weight. In the beginning,
You weren't down 80 pounds when you started Ozempic, I don't think, because you had got back up to like, what, like 490 or something? Maybe it was 60 or 70 pounds. But yeah, she'd lost maybe 20 of that during this year, if I remember the numbers correctly.
Ozempic did give me a little boost, if you will, especially the first 2 to 3 weeks, I would say. And now it's just like, I'm just chilling. I'm waiting for it to start working again. But I would say if you have not lost anything, you might not have found the right dosage for you. You definitely need to talk to your doctor, and Ozempic just might not work for you. There's other medicines to take. I know there's one called Mounjaro that a lot of people are talking about that they say actually works better than Ozempic. So that is something that is even still on my mind. It's like, okay, if Ozempic doesn't work for me, there's always something else. Don't let anyone tell you that taking Ozempic is cheating weight loss or anything like that, because that's like taking an antidepressant saying that you're cheating depression. Ma'am, that's like using a hammer and saying, you could have just put that nail in with your hand. Sometimes you just need an extra little oomph, a little tool to help you, if you will, especially if you're changing your life. Like if people quit smoking, sometimes they use a nicotine patch or they use nicotine gum. It's not cheating. It's just health. That's all it is. Anyways, I'm rambling. I'm sure there's a lot that I missed that you guys have been curious about. So maybe there will be a future Ozempic situation type deal. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.
All right, well, we got some information on Amberlynn's Ozempic journey here and, her thoughts about it and how it's going for her. So that's good information. What do you think of her changing her video title? Yeah, little suspect on that. But yeah, I think the comments of people being like, why are you clickbaiting thyroid cancer in your title? That's not cool. So anyway, this might be a little bit longer one than I had anticipated, but it is what it is, I guess. So until next time, be safe and take care.